Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. I am a 44-year-old single person currently living in the Northern Virginia area. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much for stopping back by. I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to go over my November monthly budget. So I went ahead and laid everything out just to make it a little bit easier to save some time. I am using this Traveler's Notebook. I have it linked down in the description box below. I haven't used this in a few months. I couldn't find my Clever Fox little notebook, so I'm going to go back to this for a little while. All right, so this is an exciting month. November is one of the 2 months per year that I get paid 3 times, so that is super exciting. So let's go ahead and jump into my budget. All right, so the first thing, of course, is my income. I've got 3 paychecks, one on November 1st, November 15th, and then a third check on November the 29th. And each check is $1,700. And I went ahead and added everything up in advance just to make it faster as well. And so 3 checks at $1,700 is $5,100 for the month. Moving on to expenses, I have rent, and I do rent a basement apartment in somebody's home, and I pay $900 per month for rent. But what I do is I take half of my rent and I put it aside each paycheck. So for all 3 checks, I'll put aside $450. So $450 on the 1st, on the 15th, and again on the 29th. And I know that there are 3 checks, but if you guys saw my last budget video for the end of August, end of October rather, I ended up taking the money that I had for rent and putting it in my car savings envelope because I knew I was going to get paid 3 times in November. So that's the reason why I have this out. I have this broken out 3 times instead of just twice. Next are my debt payments, and my minimum debt payment is the same every single paycheck. It's drafted out of my account, and that is $472.69. And again, same amount comes out on the 1st, the 15th, and the 29th. And then moving on to my normal fixed expenses, I have Hulu, which is $11.99. I have Netflix, that is $15.99. Last is AT&T. I have a Go Phone, which is just the prepaid cell phone. I think I've got 10 gigs of data, and that is $60. And what's the change here? $60.67. That's what it is. All right, so the total for my expenses, let me add this up because I think I separated out the rent when I added this earlier. So we've got $450 times 3 is $1,350, $472.69 times 3 is $1,418. I split that up. So $1,418.07 plus the $1,350 for rent, plus I've got Hulu for $11.99, Netflix at $15.99, and $60.67 for my phone is $2,856.72 for the month. Okay, so let's move on to my cash expenses. The first category is gas for my car. And there's 3 paychecks. In the month of November, my biweekly budget for gas is $60. So for 3 checks is $180 for gas. Carpool is going to get $100. My car really started acting up. If you're new here, I have an old car. I've got a 2006 Honda Civic Hybrid. The hybrid battery is going out. And I was driving my car yesterday and it died in the middle of the street. I was driving, I came to a stop, like a stoplight, and the car died. The check engine light came on, the oil light came on. So I am going to try to ride in the carpool and not drive anymore until I can get another car. So my carpool expense is going to be more than what it normally is. I carpool with 3 other ladies, and usually I would drive 1 week out of the month. I'm actually driving this week, which is the week before my paycheck. So what is today? I don't even know. I think it's, let's look. Today is October 29th. So I'm driving the carpool this week, and this will be my last week to drive until I get something else, because my car is just, it's not reliable. All right, so next is food for just me, and this includes toiletries and household. My weekly budget is $60, and so there are 6 weeks in these paychecks, so that is $360. Next is fur babies, and fur babies is actually going to get $200 because Chewy needs his shots. My fur baby budget typically for the month is about $100 roundabout, but I've scaled it back quite a bit. My cat, I've got her down to only eating 1 can of food a day. So really I could probably get away with about $10 a week, and then everything else in this budget will go towards Chewy's shots. All right, so the next 3 things are one time, or at least just for this month. I have a trip coming up. I actually fly out on the 2nd of November to go back home, and I will need to Uber to and from the airport, and that is $100. And I know it seems like a lot, but to leave my car would be even more, even in the economy lot. So I'm going to go ahead and take Uber to the airport and then back home, and it's right about $50 each way. Next is spending for my trip. I'm going to budget $100. I don't think I will need that much, but I'm going to give myself a little bit of wiggle room. Next is pet sitting, and while I'm gone, the ladies that I rent from, they are actually going to keep my puppy and take care of my kitty while I'm gone, and I'm going to give her $100 for doing that. So let's go ahead and add this up. So we've got $180 for gas, $100 for carpool, $360 for food, let's see, $200 for fur babies, and then $300 for the remaining categories is $1,140. All right, so like I said, my car is dying slowly. So let's take my income, subtract my expenses, subtract my cash expenses, and see how much money I should be able to save in the month of November. So I'm going to take $5,100, and then I'll subtract $2,856.72, and then subtract $1,140. So for the month of November, I should be able to save $1,100 from my normal income. Now, my YouTube income has been about anywhere from like $150 to maybe $200 per month. So this will change depending on how much the YouTube income is from AdSense, from you guys watching my videos and clicking on the ads and that kind of good stuff. So let's go ahead and write the remaining amount. And that's pretty exciting. So $1,100 is not bad for 1 month. Several people have asked how much I want to save for a car, and the answer is I don't really have a set amount. I would like to save as much as I possibly can between now and the end of February, beginning of March. And then however much that is what I'm going to spend on a car. The more I have, the newer model I can get, and the least amount of miles. And that just means the car is going to last me longer. So I have a bonus that I'll get in either February or March, and that will definitely help. So I'm hoping that I will have somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe $5,000 to $6,000 that I will have to spend on a car. I've done some research on like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist because I would prefer to buy a car from an individual than to pay more at a dealer. And I can get, and I'm going to stick with the Honda Civic because I know that they are reliable cars. I just won't be getting a hybrid this time. So a Honda Civic I can get under 100,000 miles for around $6,000 and around the 2010, 2011 year. So that is, what I am aiming for. Now, my car may die tomorrow, and if it does, I have less than $3,000, which means I would get a car for less than $3,000. So I'm hoping it lasts me that long so that I can, get something that will last me a little bit longer so I can, start focusing again on paying down my debt, which I just realized I forgot to write down the amount here, $472.69. So hopefully, by February, March, I'll have, a reliable car so that I can really start focusing in on my debts again. So that's everything, guys. That is my zero-based November budget. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever you're at. Bye.